you guys are all here. There's not one empty seat in here. And I don't know how you guys got tickets and how you came. I just know that you all had an opportunity and you took it. And I know that before you got here today, every single one of you thought about not coming. Every single one of you thought I could go here, or I could watch this show, or I could go to dinner, or I know you did. But you chose to came in here, and it's really that first step. I was born on the other side of the tracks from Derek. My father was rich, and I get out of college, and my dad says, "What are you going to do?" And I said, "I'm going to start a business." And he tells me, "All right, I want you to stay home today." And he said, I want you to write down everything that you have to do to start this business, everything. And so I stayed home. It really didn't take me that long. I kind of thought I had this idea, and like everybody else, everybody's got this idea for a business. It was kind of easy for me to write this down, and there wasn't that many things. I think there was 14 things I put on this list. And he goes, so that's everything you have to do to start this business, all the way down to how much money I needed. Wrote me a check. He said, then go start it. And he had me stay home the next day. And he said, I want one thing checked off that list. I want one thing. And we just kept doing this. And it was like 2 weeks later, I had all 14 things checked off the list. And we're up and running. That business is still running and successful today. And I just share that story because for so many of you, it's taking that first step. And then you question yourself. Do I have enough knowledge? Do I need another book? Do I need another class? And I mean, I will just tell you guys, you've passed the test. You've passed the test. Now Derek's going to give you the knowledge, and it's important that you tomorrow just kind of keep checking one thing off the list, and before you know it, whether it's a black belt or trying to learn how to buy options, you can become an expert in something. But 1 degree every day. Sorry, that was a little bit wordy, but one degree every day would maybe be the most powerful thing that I could leave you guys with.
We talk about compounding effects all the time, and like I don't like days off. I don't take a day off. If I take a day off, that means I worked, 7 to 10 hours on my phone that day. It's not I took a day off and did nothing. So I might be somewhere fun in the world. We might be doing something fun, something cool. And I'm like, we're at the wherever. I'm at the San Diego Zoo, and you can buy these amazing VIP experiences there that you can do any goddamn thing you want to. You can go play with they have 500-pound tortoises. You go in there and feed the tortoises, and you're the tortoise king. There's 6 tortoises around you, 3,000 pounds of tortoises around you, and you feed them lettuce, and you're the king of the tortoise, And then you go to the next exhibit, and you feed the giraffe, and you do whatever and whatever and whatever, It's a little bit pricey, but you go feed the tortoise, and then I'm back on the phone.
Sure.
And then you go do the other thing, and then I'm back on the phone. They put you in a golf cart, or actually it was hot, so I asked them to put me. We went in an SUV the one time. The golf cart wasn't suitable. I needed an air-conditioned SUV in between to go see the platypus and have the behind-the-scenes experience with the platypus and the giraffe and the tortoise and every other damn thing. These are 7-hour long, by the way, 7 hours a day. So, but I'm still having 4 hours of productivity while I'm having my 7-hour VIP experience, Then the next day you go to they have something called the Safari Park over there. You might know the San Diego area, or not. But they have a Safari Park over there, which you pay another several $1,000s for a behind-the-scenes thing that's also 7 hours long. But in 14 hours of everything behind the scenes, I still have 8 hours of productivity, while I'm there. Plus, so it's cool. Like, that's great. We can go do whatever. We can have really cool experiences. But sometimes I'm at a UFC event and I'm in the front row, and I'm still, the fight's happening. It's like, oh, I got to take care of this thing. And that's life, So,
Sure.
So I'm not saying I don't have any fun. It's like, I don't know who's having a lot more fun than I am. It may or may not look like it, but I'm really known for my cheeriness, as you'd imagine. But I don't know who's having a lot more fun,
Sure.
I get to do all the things I want to do. If there's anything I really want to do, I can go do it. If I want something, I always tell people, don't buy me a gift, don't buy me anything, except almonds. Where's my almonds? Except almonds. He brings me bags of almonds, and I really appreciate
Very
that because I snack on them all the time. But if there's something I really want, I already bought it. I already have one. Maybe I have 6. I don't want anything, but I like that. I like that freedom that I could do whatever I want to, But I like building the momentum, and you work so hard to build the momentum. Why would you f it up?
Sure.
You work so hard to do the training for the the finance training, the MMA training, all the training. Why do you want to slow the? Hi.
Yeah, you guys want to hear a true story? But the last time I was here, first time I meet Derek, I give Derek a lesson. He's in real estate. I let him know, no, commercial real estate, it's no good. Amazon people, it's they point and click and they're taking over. And he goes, really? He said, order things right to home? I said, yeah. No more going to the store. And he shows me his watch. And he goes, would you buy this without going to the store and looking at it? And I said, no. I realized his point. Like, no, that isn't true. Like commercial real estate might be changing. Maybe it isn't Nordstrom's and Macy's, but yeah, there's things you got to go to the store for, whether it's the watch or to make sure the shoes fit or a rifle. I mean, I could name plenty of things. Like it might be changing and evolving, and that's a simple thing. That's a simple lesson. But I came in. I remember coming in. I'm gonna hand him this lesson. I'm gonna hand Derek this lesson. Turns around and he shows me that watch, and it changed everything. I went home and told my mom. I said, Mom, don't get out of this commercial real estate. Don't panic just yet. Not everything's gonna be, point and click. And I use the watch example, but I bring it to you guys because it's one that he told me about 2 years ago, and I know that you'll remember that. The world might change, but it doesn't go away.
In 2020, I was buying a bunch of these very boring retailers: Macy's, Nordstrom, Kohl's. I bought the commercial real estate, the premier malls, which is Simon Property Group, a company called Macerich. And at that time, Simon Property Group was, I paid $51 or so. Right now it's about $187. I bought that with a margin account, which means I put 30 cents down on the dollar, 70% debt. At that time I was paying 1.25% interest on that 70% debt. So that's, $16 down. And I've got, I still own a lot of the Simon Property Group. And their dividends, they pay $8.40 years.
Jeez.
$8.40 in dividends. So for that, $15, $16 I put down, the dividends have paid me back for the money that I put down. And I'm up several $1 million on the stock. Macerich, I'm up several $1 million on the stock. Nordstrom was taken private. I made $1 million and change before, and then on the day that when they got taken private, I got another $3.7 million. Macy's, I was buying for less than $5. It went up to $37. I sold a lot of it around $35, and then I bought it back again when it was cheap, and then I sold a lot of it again. This year it was $9 and change, and then went to $24 again. I sold it around $21 recently. Should have held on to it longer. And blah, 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 blah. Kohl's, at one time I bought Kohl's, and I got 1,024.6% cash-on-cash return. 1,024.6. Later, I bought a lot of Kohl's. I owned 0.5% of the whole company. I owned 1 out of 200 shares of the entire company, Kohl's. And my timing was terrible about that. And that one I lost some money on. I lost about $1.9 million on that. But overall, I'm up over $20 million on those boring commercial real estate and retailers.
If I remember right, and I tell you this just to impress you with my memory, but one of your early plays was PGE.
Yeah, I bought Pacific Gas and Electric, $8. We talked about that. He was involved in that too. I bought that around $8 and then sold it around $16, and I think it went to $21, $22.
Right now about that, right? 20.
Right now it's about 16 something. Okay. And then it went back to 13-ish. I bought it again at 13, and right now it's 16 something, I think. So I doubled my money on it. Well, I did better than that because again I bought it on a margin account. So, but I bought it for $8 and right around $8 and sold it for 16 something. Then bought it again for about 13. And I don't know why it's not $20 some in the future. It can be 20 some. That's not a stock it's not going to be Palantir.
Sure.
Palantir trades for over 400 times earnings.
Yes.
That's outrageous.
Yes. By the way, he just said a few words. He was talking about buying. He was talking about selling. He used the word margin. And there's somebody in this room, maybe more than one, They got intimidated by that. Wait, what do you mean you bought? How'd you do that? What do you mean you sold? How'd you do that? What's the margin? Don't be afraid to ask those questions. I got to tell you guys, so it's the reason you're here. It's everything in life is this language. Like he and I start talking jiu-jitsu and we start talking about umapalatas and kimuras and you guys are like, I don't even know what you're saying. But it's just a language. Over time, you learn it. They say you can learn any language in 2 years. If you want to learn Russian, you move to Russia. It would take you 2 years to be fluent, whether you wanted to be or not. And I just encourage you, like as you guys are taking notes, if there's some word that he used and you don't know it, don't be intimidated by it. Or don't think I'm not going to do this because I don't know what a margin is. There's ways to find out. You're in the room to find out. I want you to know that as I see some of you taking notes. When you hear these words, don't be intimidated by them.
You watch this video all the way through, and that tells me you're dedicated to learning more and earning far above average outcomes in your life. Congratulations for that. But now it's time to take action. If you could have earned those results by yourself, you would have done it already. My head coach has opened up a few spots on his high-demand calendar for an in-person, one-on-one strategy session to help you. On this call, we'll give you the pragmatic advice that you can implement tonight to get laser-focused on the right metrics and leave mediocrity far behind in your past. Click that link right now in the description below and apply for your call immediately. Do it now.